Well, you can't say I didn't put the truck to the test on this one with the first load with the new bed on it. Everything seemed to pull fine on it. Actually, you really could not, I mean, you could tell it was behind there, but no, definitely pulled it a lot better than the 250 with the skid steer on it does. And this weighs, oh, close to 18, 19, 20,000 pounds, somewhere in there. But it worked. Old trusty Rusty has delivered. So grader is here. Only had to go about 5 miles. Back over here at a friend of mine's property where I took the excavator and cleared those trees out. The farmer has come and disced the field up, and this is now going to be horse pasture. I'm going to take the grader and run over it and try to level it up. It had a lot of ruts in it from when they cut it last fall from the soybeans when it was wet, and try to get that leveled up some, and hopefully be able to get some grass planted here before long. Well, unfortunately, it's still kind of wet out here. I didn't realize they dished it up that deep. It's probably about 8 inches deep, and that 5 inches of rain we had, it'd be 5 days ago today. It's still a little wet. The top's pretty dry, but down deep it's still pretty soggy. So no go on the grader today. I'm probably going to go get the skid steer and the ruckus rake, and I think I can kind of dress some of that up with that. So I did drop the skid steer off the other day. Got the ruckus rake on there to hopefully fluff that up. I'm going to go jump on the grader now. Hopefully that field has dried off some. Boy, it was wet the other day. I'll make a few laps and see if it gets any better, and go from there. Oh, it's grading out much better today. It's still a little wet below the surface, but I'm actually able to make some progress. Look at that. From there to there. That looks pretty good if you ask me. It's nice up here on top of the hill. This is blading up nice. You see how deep the ruts were the other day I was making? Barely leaving a tire print now. Keep making circles. That's where I about got stuck right there going down the hill the other day. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still pumpy. At least I can do something with it now. So I'll make a pass over the whole field with the grader, and then I'll run that power rake, the ruckus rake, over the areas that need to be touched up, because the skid steer being on tracks will float a lot better and should be able to slick it up a lot nicer. I don't know if I need to go over the whole field, but I'll grade what I need to. Well, I'm tired of eating dust on the grader now, so I'm gonna hop on the skid steer and rake a little bit of this and see how well it turns out. It's kind of wet out there in the center, so might need that, give that another day or two to dry. But I'm gonna see what the rake does to the areas that I've run over with the grader. So it's kind of hard to see with the sunshine, so I'll block it with the rake. That's what it originally looked like. That's what it looked like after I ran over it with the motor grader. And that's what it looks like after I've raked it with the ruckus rake. It is actually doing a phenomenal job. I've got it angled and rolling all these rocks here to the side, and it is leaving a very nice finish. There's a few little scattered rocks out there, but it is getting probably 90 to 95% of them up with one pass, so I'm happy. I just have a long ways to go. That ruckus rake is definitely the trick. for making a nice smooth field. Check that out. About another half a day with the grader over there and the rake, and this field will be done. So I raked that half yesterday, and I still have this section right here to do. I'm going to take the grader and finish blading over that to level it up a little bit first, and then take the skid steer and the ruckus rake and run over that to finish prepping that up. And then they'll have a few random rocks to pick up, but other than that, it's ready to plant grass. So I made really good progress. There's a few scattered rocks out there. I'm gonna take the rake off the skid steer right now and put the bucket on. Go down there and clean up all the rocks that I did rake up. Owner's gonna come out here this evening, all the kids, pick up rocks and put them in the skid steer bucket. And then this should be ready to, I'm gonna bring the tractor and the grain drill out here, and we're gonna drill all the seed in the ground like I did on my hay field. And I have pretty good results with that. So like I said, it got, I would say, probably 90% of the rocks up. So there's about one every 50 foot now instead of everywhere. And here are all the rocks right here. So it worked really good taking a motor grader, running over it, and then coming over there with the rake. But look at all that. A lot of rocks. So I'm gonna take them, and he said just take them over there into the woods and pile them up and get them out of the field for now. But I would say with one pass over that whole entire field, you know, that's a long ways all the way from up there, and it carried those rocks all the way down here. So I'm super happy with it, and I think it's doing a great job. Going to be farming this morning, pulling the old grain drill out of the weeds here. We're going to go seed a pasture this morning, and we're off 15 miles an hour getting to our destination that is like, I don't know, 6 or 8 miles away. we're going. Dodging traffic. We already had to pull over and do a emergency repair on one of the discs. I pulled over to let some cars go by, and it broke a little pin on one of the cedars, and it was sitting there dragging the roadway. So fun times. All we gotta do is put a little bolt in it though. Easy fix. We're farming. We're farming. Well, how many miles is it? 6 or 7?
I was about to say, probably 6 or 7 miles.
It took right at 30 minutes to get here, which was kind of what I was planning. So he picked all the rocks up last night that were left, and we're going to start on that edge over there and drill about 400 pounds of fescue in and see how well that works. If it turns out as good as the hayfield I did, everybody will be happy. All right, so we've got all the cobwebs out of all the seed tubes now. Made a couple passes. Everything's working pretty good now. You can see the seed coming out, falling into the groove, and getting rolled over. It's not 100% perfect, but it's working. All right, let's go. My goal is to get the rows straighter by the time I get to your house.
Yeah.
But we got all the seed planted. Now I'm putting out fertilizer, some starter fertilizer for it. And the drill blew a hydraulic hose on the, had about 2 more passes to make. But I just ran it with it down. And we're going to attempt to ratchet strap it up so I can drive it home and worry about changing the hoses later. Because I have more important stuff I need to be doing than changing hydraulic hoses. So getting this fertilizer put out, we're going to ratchet that up and then head home. So the field is planted in both directions, one heading towards the house and one heading towards the bushes right there. Had enough seed, ended up putting 400 pounds over 4 acres and 800 pounds of starter fertilizer. So I got some rain coming tomorrow, and hopefully that'll get everything going and get some grass here shortly. Take the cedar off and see if we can get that grain drill tied up and take it home.